What is up, horror fans, and welcome back to Sadistic Clown Productions. Now, this here is not normally a video you see on this channel. As you see here, we are about to react to the Trick or Treat Studios 2026 product catalog. And you know I love me some Trick or Treat Studios, okay? Just look behind me, and that'll prove enough. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into this, and we're going to talk about some of the products in here and see if we like any of them, so let's go on. Kind of a basic first page here, really nothing special to look at. Some Hellraiser stuff. I mean, I don't really like Hellraiser, but it's, you know, Pinhead mask that actually looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I like this. What is that? Shatterer? I like this mask. I don't know if I'd get any of this though, but I do like this. I really like this Pinhead mask. Okay, so the Halloween stuff. We move right along to the Halloween stuff. Some basic Halloween stuff right here. The Shape, the Boogeyman, Deluxe Myers. We also have a pumpkin candy pail here, which I really like. It's not new or anything, but I might consider picking one up. I really want to get one of these. I really want to get me a Michael Myers poster knife, and I really haven't yet. I want to get myself a 1978 mask as well. I also want to get one of these just to customize it. I want to get this. I want to get this too. But other than that, yeah. And we also got some more Halloween stuff. Nothing really new here. I want to get one of these final battle scenes. So I have this, you know. So. And we got some new Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff, but let's talk about the Rob Zombies Halloween stuff first, because I really want to get my hands on one of these. I've wanted one of these young Michael clown masks for the longest of times, and I struggled. I need to get my hands on it, like, for real. I really do. So, yeah. I also want to get one of these, and just this whole collection right here. I want this whole collection of stuff on this page. But let's talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I want to get one of these, a chainsaw prop. Now, that came out, I believe, 2025, and I have yet to find one. I didn't find one in Spirit Halloween this year. If I would have, I most likely would have picked it up, regardless of the price tag. But we got a retro Pretty Woman, a retro Killing Mask, and Leatherface Candy Pail too. We also have this plush chainsaw. Not bad. We got some more Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff here, or this is just continuing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. It's just the classic stuff. But the Leatherface tie is new. This is also new. Leatherface bracelet. Didn't see this before, but now I did. This is also new. Another Leatherface tie. Nubbins, I guess, is what this is. And, yeah. So that's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. So now we're into the Terrifier stuff. And Terrifier, wow! One of my favorite horror franchises, and I do not yet have one item of merch from Trick or Treat Studios and the Terrifier section. So let's talk about this a little bit, because I want to get me an Art the Clown mask, of course. I want to do some of the customizations that really everybody has been doing with these things, because it just seems like it's going to be a fun deal, and yeah. So the Terrifier stuff here, we got Victoria, new for 2026. You know, I never thought I'd want to pick up a mask like that, but it looks fucking horrendous, and I love that. I really want to pick that up, because that thing looks pretty damn cool. I also like this one. I like this Art Candy Pail. Santa Art Deluxe, I like that. I like that. Alright, so for new stuff here, we got some Cheech and Chong masks. I don't understand. But you know what? I would get one of them. I want a Beavis and Butthead mask too. I want both of them, to be honest. The Ninja Turtles masks, now those look pretty cool. I like that Foot Soldier one. I really like that Foot Soldier one. I also really like that Krang prop. That Krang prop looks really, really friggin' good. I also like the Shredder helmet, but I really don't like the masks. The masks, the designs really just aren't doing it for me. Now, these masks I like. I like the retro Leonardo. I like the retro ones. I like the weapons. They have Casey Jones here too. Leonardo's katanas. Now those are cool. I like the weapons. I like the Ninja Turtle weapons. Those look pretty cool. Fallout stuff. Got some new stuff for 2026. I'm not really that big into Fallout, so we're just gonna skip over that section. Though I really do want to get this Vault Girl mask here because I'm actually gonna talk about that. I want to get this Vault Girl mask because I have a really creepy concept that I want to do with it, and yeah, I really want to make it come to life. So, RoboCop, Deluxe RoboCop, that looks pretty cool. I like this Deluxe, well, whatever this is, Boddicker, I guess. I like this retro RoboCop too. That looks pretty cool because I like the red in the visor, but I like this one better. I also really like this Bozo the Clown here. This Bozo the Clown that's also new for 2026. I can't... It's creeping me out. Just the picture of it alone here on the catalog is creeping me out, and I really want it. The Goon, never even heard of this. An entertaining comic, never heard of these, so we're just gonna go ahead and skip right over that. Ghostbusters. Now, there's nothing really new here, but Ghostbusters stuff. I want to talk about this. Because Ghostbusters, classic film, right? Everybody knows fucking Ghostbusters. That shit doesn't go out of style ever. But, yeah, we got some pretty cool Ghostbusters stuff here. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Looks pretty good. I like the Stay Puft Roasted Marshmallow. Or Toasted, whatever you want to call it. I like that. I really like that. I would get that and, like, have it displayed. I like that. Yeah, but all this looks pretty good. I like the Slimer Wall Breaker, too. But, so, yeah. Goosebumps. Now, Goosebumps. Classic childhood thing. I love Goosebumps. I love this Slappy Dummy. And apparently it has a moving mouth, too, so that's a huge plus to Goosebumps fans who want an actual accurate Slappy with a moving mouth, like I would. And I also want to get the Goosebumps masks. I love this Haunted Mask. I actually like the Haunted Mask, too, better, because that thing looks fucking gruesome. I like this. Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. Now, that looks like it could go for any sort of costume, too, because that's actually a really, really scary pumpkin design. I'd probably really put that to good use. I like this Welcome to Horrorland license plate, too. That's pretty cool. And here we have Thanksgiving. The two new other things I need to get is the Carver hat and the John Carver burnt mask. Because as you already know, I have the classic John Carver. He's in the background. You could probably see him on camera, but he's there. And this is the one I have right now, and I'm really liking it. I really like the mask. Twisted Metal. I want to get this. Primarily Sweet Tooth's machete. I could care less about Twisted Metal. I just like the design of this machete, man. Cheney Entertainment, never heard of any of this, but Phantom of the Opera, I like that mask, kind of. The Goonies, heard of this. One-Eyed Willie, cool. Sloth, cool. The Lost Boys, okay, this is a section you guys might be interested in if you like the Lost Boys. You got David and Michael, some Lost Boys fangs, and then we move into Beetlejuice. You got the Beetlejuice snake puppet, and then Beetlejuice. But this Beetlejuice snake puppet actually looks pretty good here in the catalog. I might have to consider picking one up just to see what one would look like in person. I also really like this new Mortal Kombat mask deal they got going on here. I'm actually really liking this. I might consider picking up a classic Scorpion and Sub-Zero just to add them into the collection here. I also really like Smokes, actually, and I'd use Smoke for a different type of costume. But, yeah. A Nightmare on Elm Street. So, I've really wanted a Springwood Slasher glove and just Springwood Slasher Freddy. That's really all I've ever wanted. I want to make the ultimate A Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger costume. That's what I want, and that's why I want this Springwood Slasher mask. But I nearly had to spring for a Nightmare on Elm Street 5 mask at Spirit Halloween to complete my costume. We have some stuff from It. You got the Pennywise stuff. All you Trick or Treat Studios fans have seen that by now. Well, the Gremlin stuff is actually pretty cool. I don't mind the Gremlin stuff as much. Gremlins 2, the new batch, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. Barely watch that. Scooby-Doo. This we could talk a little bit about, because I really like the design on this Frankenstein mask. I also like Mr. Hyde here. Dracula's pretty cool. Now, the mask that really actually kind of catches my attention the most is this Frankenstein, and I'm going to consider picking that up, because that thing looks just fucking creepy. I have no idea where I would display that thing or what I would do with it, but it looks freaking god. I also really like this Dracula mask. Other than that, that's it for the Scooby-Doo section. Thundercats. Now, the Sword of Omens. I don't know about this. But we have Frosty the Snowman and The Year Without Santa Claus. I might consider getting this Frosty the Snowman mask and doing something pretty horrifying with it. But we have Toxic Crusaders now. And only thing new for 2026 is this Retro Toxie mask. So, yeah, this Toxie mask looks pretty cool, though. Kind of reminds me of what would happen if Michelangelo took too much mutagen in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He'd be wearing his mask as a headband, because it would no longer cover his distorted eyes. And this version of Toxie, which just looks fucking... What is that? Like, that is... another version of Toxie, too. Toxic Studded Wristband. Okay, that's new for 2026. Alright, let's talk about the Crow stuff. Because you got your Crow masks here. Got Eric Draven. And then you got Clown in a Cornfield. Now, Clown in a Cornfield is actually a movie I considered watching a couple of times, but never really took it into full consideration to actually sit down and actually sit through the movie, so... yeah. Yeah, then we already know all this stuff. None of this is really new. That Necronomicon, actually, I want to take a look at that. Necronomicon prop with pages. I would actually get that, to be honest. I also want one of these, the Death Mask looks pretty cool, I guess. And then we have Trick or Treat, Sam-related bullshit. We got some Krampus stuff, too. Yeah. Sleepy Hollow, that's new. But I don't really care about that. There is one specific Twilight Zone mask I wanted to get, and it was this Emily Harper one. I was originally going to get that for my birthday, do a whole review on it, but then I never did. But I still want to get that Emily Harper mask, because it still creeps me... the design of this mask really just creeps me the frick out. And I also want to get this Talkie Tina for my mom, because she loves the Twilight Zone, and she loved this freaking Talkie Tina doll. Silent Night, Deadly Night, one of my favorite horror movies, and you got Billy Chapman costume with axe. So, if you're considering going out as Billy Chapman for Halloween, I consider that. And then you got Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Good movies, and I like their mask selection here. You know, Army of Darkness, pretty good. I like this Ash mask. I just like how it has like a smug look on the face. That's funny. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is all new. Leprechaun, Shud, The Gate. This, why do I love this, though? Why do I love this Chud mask? Why? It's unexplained to me. This Leprechaun... Sorry, I lost my voice there. This Leprechaun mask. It's a consideration. It's a real maybe with that Leprechaun mask. I don't know. I haven't watched Leprechaun. And I haven't considered watching it because I heard it's a pretty shitty movie. But, The Gate, I don't even know what this is. So, let's move on to The Strangers. Now, I want to get this, and I want to do a Man in the Mask Stranger's costume. I also want to get this, because I have another idea for it that really isn't related to The Strangers, but it's related to a slasher in some way, and I really want to use this for something. So these are primarily the two I have my eye on, because I really don't like this third Stranger that much. Motorhead. Just some metal stuff going on now. And these are all new for Iron Maiden. We got some Ghost stuff that's new. That actually kind of creeps me out a little bit. And House of a Thousand Corpses. So let's talk about this a bit because you have the new chicken bucket, which, for all intents and purposes, I might actually consider picking myself up one of these chicken buckets. I like this lunchbox with thermos too. I might consider picking up this chicken bucket. This House of a Thousand Corpses chicken bucket. I also want to get this Dr. Satan Tiny. I want to get that. I want to get this Retro Spalding and this normal Spalding as well. And then from the Devil's Rejects, I want to get the Victim, which, as we all know from the movie, is Adam Banjo. And Otis Driftwood. I don't know if I'd get that mask, because I'd probably already get this one from House of a Thousand Corpses, but I'd actually probably get this one because I like this Otis design a lot better. And, you know, I could say it's a Devil's Rejects collection, you know. Then you have 31, you got Psycho Head and Schizo Head. Then you have this, you got Nosferatu, which is Mayberry Monsters. So I have the Psychopath, as you guys know. I really want to get some more Mayberry Monsters stuff, so this gives me a chance to talk about that. So really wanted to get some more Mayberry Monster stuff, and I want to get a Hillbilly for a Part 3 inspired Jason costume. I want to get the... I really want to get the Clown Skinner. Pretty good costume. Mask, overall. Maybe Freaky the Clown? I don't know. It has kind of a distorted smile to it. I don't know if I like this, but I don't know if I like it for, like, a costume. But I might consider trying to get this and putting it together with a costume. If I don't like it that much for a costume, I'll put it on display. Because I really like... Coming! The overall design. But I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Let's get back into our review of the Trick or Treat Studios 2026 catalog. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, we were at the Mayberry Monsters collection. So we also have the Killer Goalie collection here, which, as you know, based off of Jason Voorhees, you could get a Killer Goalie antique, maybe do your own Jason design. I think a clear would be the best for, like, customizing, though, because you could already paint it and it's already clear and stuff, so let's just move on. Chamber of Horrors, that reminds me of Misfits. Way too much. Way too much. What I like about this, though, is that it almost looks demonic. Almost. This mummy looks pretty weird. Oh, God. Oh, my God. This witch looks disgusting. I would get this and display it, because it just looks disgusting. Dawn Post Studios. Dawn Post Studios, not... This is new, though. I kind of like this. But I want to get this 1975 Kirk right here and convert it into a Michael Myers. I think that'd be a really fun project. Glowing Ghoulies, just some classic stuff. Some more Dawn Post Studio stuff. You got your skulls. Ghost Skull, that looks pretty cool. Nosferatu. Yeah, you got some pretty cool masks here. Death Cyborg. I don't know about that one. I would get this Black Skull right here, though. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, basically. Skull. Basically a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch collection, though. Which, not to lie, I'd probably grab this up while I could. Elusive Concepts. Okay, here we go. I like this. The Saucer Man. He looks pretty freaking gacked. Like he did some sort of meth or something. I don't know. Grim Ghoul. This actually looks pretty cool. I don't know why. Maybe for like a dead old man. Something like that. Then you get the Trick or Treat Originals. Oh, some Trick or Treat Originals. Circus Clown. I want to pick that one up. Blood Pig. Don't know that I like that. But I might get one. Pentagram Witch. Is this a witch? Because this looks like a guy. Hemlock. Okay, weird name for a mask there. Beach Goon. Someone likes gooning on a beach. Alright, let's move on. And then you got this and Zombie Smasher. Which, if you... is made to look like Negan's Lucille from The Walking Dead. But other than that, we got Bite Me Ears, Horror Teeth, which, I mean, you technically could have also gotten these ones and did Lost Boys stuff. But, okay. Wrapped in Terror. And then, yeah, just some Halloween decorations. Ooh, that Santa art was new. I like that. Leatherface, Nameless Ghoul. This Leatherface one I really like. I also really like this Captain Spaulding ornament, too. I'd probably just get these and hang them from my bedroom ceiling, to be honest. Dr. Satan, definitely getting him. I like these, too. I'd probably get this Krampus and this Gwar one and hang them on my wall for whatever reason. I like this Gwar one better, though. I don't know. Beetlejuice statue looks pretty good. Reagan. You got your busts right here. Captain Spaulding being one of them. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You got your busts there, apparently blanks or whatever. You got a Sam doll. You got Micromaniacs, which this is new, and I really want to get this. You get your giant size figures that include Captain Spaulding and Art the Clown. Trash Talking Captain Spaulding. New for 2026. Trash Talking Captain Spaulding. So electronic. Featuring sound clips from the film. 3 of them are even family friendly. Or 2 of them are even family friendly. Okay. So he doesn't have a lot of family friendly dialogue, which makes me want to get this Captain Spaulding figure even more and then just have it displayed in my room so when somebody presses a button, maybe he'll say like a line from House of a Thousand Corpses or something like, "Fuck your mama." Halloween. This Michael Myers figure looks pretty good, though. I'm not Dr. Loomis. I don't see a heavy resemblance to Donald Pleasance in this figure at all. Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff looking pretty good. I would get this 2003 Leatherface and display him on my desk. As a matter of fact, I might consider picking this up one year for my birthday or something because this looks incredible. Oh, Billy and Tricycle. 1/6 scale figure. I like this, but it would cost a lot. 1/6 scale figure. This is Art the Clown we're talking about. Scream grates. Well, these are all new right here. Well, not all of them are new, but these 4 up here are. Maniac Cup. Alright. Alright, and then for whatever reason, we got a bunch of action figures and stuff like that. Didn't really see if there was anything new back here. No, not really. So, Gwar. So we got Terrifier with blood color changing action. We got Terrifier 2 figures. We got Bozo the Clown, Return of the Living Dead Tarman, and the Toxic Crusaders. We also got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre keychain chainsaw, which is new. Yes, we just got some keychains and some, I guess that's all this really is now. Guess that's all this really is. It's just this stuff now. These are new. I like this, I really actually do like this Lament configuration bag. I really do like that. I also really like this Art the Clown bag here. I like these Texas Chainsaw Massacre things here too, especially this Chop Top Sawyer. I'd probably get these for my room. I love this Judith Myers headstone bag. I fucking love that. Converts to a backpack. Okay. Poster purse. I like this Judith Myers purse though. That's pretty cool. Oh god, like come on. You can have a Judith Myers headstone thing. You have a Motorhead and a fucking Iron Maiden wallet, but you can't have a fucking Judith Myers wallet? Wow. Yeah, and then it just gets into the board games and stuff. I could care less about this stuff. I'm only really in it for the masks. So, with all that being out of the way, until next time, we will see you guys here on Sadistic Clown Productions with a new review of a mask I got for Christmas. But until then, make sure you like and subscribe to our little horror show here, and we will see you in the next video.